Good morning. Hello, happy Tuesday morning. I'm so excited to get to do this golden moss look with you today. My name is Sally Landis Davis, and I could not be more excited to help you try something new this morning. So let me share a little bit about what we're going to do together. And so if you are here watching live, say hello, let me know who you are and where you're watching from, who your consultant is. And if you're watching later, make sure to tell us that you are here. Tell us your name, tell us who your consultant is, and tell us where you are watching from. We get to pamper you today with the Golden Moss look. This is our look of the month. And as I was choosing our look of the month, I was inspired by the look of the Irish, the gold at the end of the rainbow, and the sparkle of spring. And so that is where our Golden Moss look comes from. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to share a little bit about myself, because if I'm not your consultant, we may not have yet met. So I'll share a little bit about myself. I'm going to launch into the Golden Moss look, but you get to see me do my whole face today. Oftentimes, every Tuesday morning's a little different when I do looks. Sometimes I already have the base set. Today, I am naked face, and so you're going to see me create the look from the base up. And then I'll share a little bit about our why we love Mary Kay and this amazing company, what you're supporting when you're supporting your consultant, and then share with you how you can take product home today. So let's get started. My name is Sally Landis Davis. As I shared, I started Mary Kay 19 years ago. I was a college student working 3 part-time jobs. I wore men's jeans, flannel shirts, and if shampoo dripped on my face, it was clean. I was not the skincare or makeup type at all. But a series of events occurred, and I found myself in the basement of a woman's home, and they were having a training meeting. And at this training meeting, I saw the woman at the front of the room who was so poised and so polished. And I saw her speaking words of affirmation into the lives of the women in the room. And I modeled a lipstick, and I went to the front of the room, and I saw her speak words of affirmation into my life. And I thought, I want to be poised and polished. I was a college student, right? Like, I wanted to learn how to be poised and polished, and I wanted to have those types of words of affirmation spoken into my life. And so I left there having heard the business opportunity in Mary Kay, and I decided not to buy any product, and instead I bought a starter kit. And I started my journey with Mary Kay 19 years ago. Now, for the first 9 years of my business, I worked this thing on and off and on occasion. I used Mary Kay like an ATM machine. First of all, I loved getting half off my product. And because I did fall in love with the product, I did learn to wash my face. I did learn how to use makeup. And so the first thing I loved was getting half off. And then the second thing I loved was the training. Even though I wasn't working my business, like I wasn't becoming a car driver. I mean, I wasn't doing all these magical things, but I loved the training that I got from Mary Kay and the personal development. And so I loved those things. The other thing is, I said I used it as an ATM machine. After I was able to quit my 3 part-time jobs because of the money I made with Mary Kay on campus. And then as I built my dream career, I worked for a nonprofit. And so when I was broke or I couldn't swing a bill, I turned to my Mary Kay bag. I sold some mascara. I made a 50% profit, and there you go. I made some extra cash. And so I often used Mary Kay like an ATM machine when I needed extra money. And that's how my first 9 years with the company went. That woman at the front of the room, sometimes I would answer her calls, a lot of times I wouldn't. And I built my dream career. I was now working 60-hour weeks. I was traveling 75% of the time. I thought this was it. And I was so proud of my accomplishments until I didn't love my dream job anymore. I was burnt out on the travel. I was burnt out on the hours. I was turning 30 and I wanted something else. and enter Mary Kay. That woman at the front of the room called me. I like dodged her calls for years. And she called me, she said, "Hey, I'm picking up my last free pink Cadillac and so would you like to come with me?" Now, mind you, I lived around the corner from her. And I happened to be in town, so I said, sure. And I went and I sat in the back of this pink Cadillac, and I thought, they're never going to give me one of these, like my job. And not that I thought I would start Mary Kay and have a Cadillac right away. But I thought that what I meant by that in my head was, where was I going to go? I had just been passed over for the promotion that was the only promotion there was for me. In fact, it wasn't even passed over. They restructured and put a boss in the position I would have had. And so there I was done. Like, there weren't more promotions. I had just gotten a 5-cent raise. What do you do with that? And so I sat in the pink Cadillac and I thought, why not give it a try? You've always wanted to own a small business. Just try it. Let's see what happens. And here I am now 10 years later. Within 6 months of sitting in the pink Cadillac, I thought, you know what? If I can do something with Mary Kay, at least I'll pay off some debt faster. If it doesn't work, fine, I'll know. But if it does work, maybe I can leave this full-time job. It was a nonprofit. I didn't make a lot of money. Or at least it gives me the freedom to choose a different job closer to home and take the steps for that. And so that's what I did. Within 6 months, I was making enough money that I was able to cut down to part-time. Actually, no, within 6 months, I was able to leave that full-time job entirely. And I was just doing Mary Kay. I was building my leadership, but my sales were enough to supplement or to replace that income I had from my nonprofit. And then within a year, I was a sales director with Mary Kay, and that's the position I've held for the last 10 years. I get to train and mentor a group of women that varies from 30 to 75 at any given time. And I love women seeing the opportunity in Mary Kay, but I love, first of all, seeing women see the opportunity in the product, to see how a lipstick and an eyeshadow can change the way you feel for the rest of the day. And when we feel more confident, we act more confident, and our day feels different. And it's not the superficial. I often get theoretical about why do I wear blush, but it's about bringing out the flame inside us and just helping it shine brighter for the day. And I love that in Mary Kay, I wake up every morning. Because my husband is also an entrepreneur. Here we are 10 years later. We have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and 1-year-old. I get to work my business around the schedule of my kids. And I do this so that we can make as much money. You're multitasking, but you're here. I'm guessing you're a mom. I do this so that we can make as much money as we can as entrepreneurs, so that we can pay off all our debts, so we can save abundantly for our future, so that as a family, we can have all the adventures that we can imagine, that we can give generously, frequently, anonymously, that we can live below our means, and that I can be an inspiration of hope for women to have the opportunity to do the same. And so I'm going to share a little bit more about why we think Mary Kay rocks at the very end, but I am so excited now to give you a taste of what I have found in Mary Kay. And hopefully with this golden moss look, you're going to walk a little taller the rest of the day. So let's get started. Now, save your eye look. I'm going to hit my base. Would you mind? Do you mind if I share with you here first how I'm going to do the base of my look? Okay, so you're going to get a little advanced training. So right now I just put on foundation primer, and you're going to see kind of my mom situation. So normally when I train, I'm assuming if you're here at 9:30, you might be a mom, you might be retired, maybe you work the night shift. I don't know. Maybe you just happen to have the weekend off. But I'm going to show you my mom version of all the fancy makeup. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing on the back of my hand, I just did foundation primer. Now I'm going to squeeze my Time Wise foundation. I'm using a luminous finish because my skin is a little dry right now with our amazing clinical solutions. So I was looking in the mirror with you and I was like, I don't have any foundation on. I'm 40. It doesn't look half bad, does it? I'm also squeezing onto my hand eye primer, and I'm going to take my lip primer and pop it on my lips. Okay. So I have a full day after this, so we got to get everything ready. So there we go. I've got my prime base set. Now I'm going to take my foundation on my brush. I'm going to drop it, and then we're just going to do blending up and out. So tell me, while we do this, let's talk. Tell me about yourself. Who is watching this? You said you were multitasking. Are you mama? Are you mama? Who all watching today is a mama? You got kids at home. Can you relate to the fact that I was up till 1 a.m. with the one that wouldn't fall asleep? Anyone relate to that? So you see with the foundation, I like using a brush because I don't like having to wash my hands in between everything. And then just down, down, down. And now I'm taking my eye primer off my hand, and I'm just going to dab, dab, dab this on my eyes. Eye primer's like eye glue. And so our Chroma Fusion eyeshadows that you're going to use today are amazing. They have a 12-hour wear. They are the color you see, they're like a full bright vibrancy. So they're true to color. They have a 12-hour wear, so they're really great. They actually don't have creasing or fade fallout. I still like using an eye primer with them because 12 hours, I'm sorry, I'm a mama. It might be 6 to midnight. Who knows? So I like having all that. The other thing that I love as on those sleepless nights, this is our under eye corrector. And before I do my eye look, I always want to put this on. I call this my magic wand. When my doctor would say, like, you have off today, an oncology nurse, mother of 3, and a husband dealing with MS. Angela, you're a superhero, babe. That's what you are. You are a superhero. You know, yesterday was International Women's Day, and I just think, okay, first of all, we deserve more than a day. Because we carry the load of so many. So, Angela, shout out to you. And shout out to you for taking some time on your day off to treat yourself today. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that your day off coincided with the day we're doing a look together. So we're going to do our eyes now, okay? Before I start teaching you the eye look, I'm sorry, I got to do one more thing. This is our brow tint. And it's like, see how little this wand is? It's like a micro spoolie wand. And this is like mascara for your brows. It comes in 4 different shades. And it's got little fibers in it. And so if you already have brows, like I've already got brows, but I tell you, since I hit 40, they are becoming sparser and sparser. And I hit 40 like a month ago. Well, I guess it's now 3 months. But I feel like they're just becoming thinner. And so here you go. I use my brow tint and I just run it through like mascara. Telling you, when I'm not trying to make it perfect for camera, it takes a lot less time. There you go. Now I'll be able to do my eye look and it will actually look good. With all the mask wearing, you know, you say to someone like, what's your desert island product when it comes to makeup? Wouldn't you say mascara? Most women say mascara, right? And now I have to debate between brow tint and mascara. Because it's like, is it worth putting on mascara if my brows are all raggedy? How does our skin and our eyes know when life is happening? Like, hello, you're 40, eyebrows, boom, disappear. Thankfully, Clinical Solutions came out right before I turned 40, so my skin at least looked good. So there's that. All right, ready? I want you to get your eyeshadows out, and you're going to lay them out in this order. You're going to have Biscotti, and then we're going to do Gold Status, and then we're going to do Moss. And then you have either hot fudge or espresso, and that's what you're going to use as your liner color. So you're going to put that at the end. If you have a mascara in your drawer, pull that out, put that right beside your hot fudge or that darkest color. And then I want you to grab, you're going to have Juicy Peach. That's the blush we're going to do. And then the Naturally Buff lips at the end. So that's the order we're going to do things in. And I don't have all, and then we're going to do this with the brushes we have set out. All right, let us start. I'm grabbing my all over eye color brush right now. This is from our professional brush set. So I'm going to grab my all over eye color brush. And the first color I'm going to use is Biscotti. So let's pick up our Biscotti here. And you're going to grab your Biscotti. And this, so easy, guys. This goes all over. Okay. In the directions, it says as a base shade on the eyelid. Just do it all over. I love Biscotti, especially with this look where I always got to figure out which way to turn. Where the moss and the gold status has shimmer, I like to put Biscotti all over because it doesn't have shimmer. And that helps to balance the look. If you used this lightest shade, if you would be using one with shimmer, you would just be shimmered out on the look. So it's always good when you're trying to figure out how do I mix and match my colors. I always recommend finding, if you're doing a lot of shimmer, find one that is without shimmer that helps balance out the sparkle factor. Now, some women say, I can't wear that color, I can't wear that shimmer. So when you're using eyeshadow, it's all about how much you use and where you put it. So you can see, just do all over the eye, right there. Okay? Over your full eyelid. And then go ahead and say, Mimi, when you're done. If you'd like. I'm going to give you a second to do that before we do Gold Status. And with Gold Status, I'm going to hold on to the same brush. Now, I don't know who has blue eyes or who has hazel eyes or green eyes out there, but you're about to be blown away with what we're going to do here with Gold Status. And the Gold Status we're going to use in the center. Done. All right, Angela's done. So I'm going to use whoever says done first as our template. So we're going to now take Gold Status and we're going to apply that, oops, to the center of our eyelid. Now, if you see how I pick up the color, I like to tap to pick up my color from my palette versus doing a lot of rubbing. These colors are so rich in color that you don't need a ton on your product or on your brush. And rubbing it actually creates fallout, where tapping it gets the color without creating fallout. So now I've got Gold Status, and this is going to come on my lid. And right there in the middle of the lid. See that? I'm not taking it up. I don't want this to go too high, and you can see the Gold Status on one because it's a little bit more yellow. And now we're going to do same thing, other side. Gold Status is a great color to have in your arsenal for summer. I love it when you're starting to get just a little bit of your summer color. Even if you're wearing SPF all the time, I still get a bit of color. And so I love Gold Status to just amplify and make me look like it's summertime. So when you've got that on both sides, go ahead and tell me done, and we will do our golden moss. So what that gold status is doing, if you have blue eyes, if you have green eyes, if you have hazel eyes, that gold status all of a sudden just brings out those color eyes and it just goes whoop, whoop. So your eyes are going to look more the color. Now I'm using my smudge brush. This also is part of our brush set. And I am taking it in our golden moss now. Boop, 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 just picking it up a little bit. And with this, we're gonna do a V shape in the outer corner, and then we're gonna smudge it along our top lash line as well. So when you do a V shape, you wanna go along the lower lash line, and then it's actually gonna come up into your crease right here, okay? So we're gonna use our smudge brush. I may also switch over to a crease brush, and the crease brush has this angle, and the angle is awesome because it's made to go right in that crease. You put the tip in the crease, and this just follows that orbital bone. The brow bone's where your brow is. The orbital bone is what holds your eye in place. And so you just follow that orbital bone, and it automatically puts that extra definition right where you want it. The right brushes, I mean, it can, if you struggle with makeup placement, the right brushes may seem like an extravagance because you're not good at makeup, but the right brushes can make you amazing at makeup. No joke. Okay, so I've got my moss, and we'll start over here. So you're gonna start, I'm gonna go outside corner. Now when you do your eye color, you've got an invisible line from the outside corner of your nose to the outside corner of your eyes to the outside of your eyebrow. Okay, that's the border fence. So I'm gonna take the golden moss along that line, and then I'm gonna stop, and then I hit my orbital bone here, and now I'm gonna pivot and take it up. And depending on how much color you want, you can decide how far to take it. So I'm going to actually do it two different ways, okay? So this side, I just did my V. Normally what I like to do as far as how far in to take it is I go a third or all the way. I have close set eyes, meaning one eye length cannot fit in between my other eyes. See how they overlap? So that means my eyes are close together. So I will always err on the side of not taking my color all the way in because that will make my eyes look closer together. If you have a wider space here between your eyes, meaning you can fit one eye plus some in between the middle there, then you can totally take that color all the way in and it will make them appear closer together. So we're going to do same thing, other side, except I'm going to use my smudge brush for the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to use my crease brush for the crease because I want to show you the difference in how the color falls. And then I pivot my crease brush so it's kind of horizontal to kind of get it in that crease, but I'm not taking it all the way to the middle. I'm just taking it a little farther. It gives me a little control right there where I want it, and then towards the outside I'll pivot back up. Okay, now your eye makeup always looks bad before it looks good because we haven't blended, but you can see depending on the brush the difference in application. This on the top, it's a little bit more diffused as I came in, where on this side, because I was using the smudge brush, which is meant to give you an intense deposit of color, how intense the deposit of color is. If I come back with that crease brush to that area, I can do the same thing, just flip my brush horizontal to get it in a little bit, and then just soften up right there. And we'll do the full blend later. Okay, so we'll come back to do a full blend in just a second here. Now the hot fudge can give you two options. Actually, we're going to blend right now. I go back to my fluffy brush, the one that had gold status and biscotti on it. And the way I want to blend is the top edge of my color. I'm going to windshield wipe. Doop, 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 doop. I just want to soften the transition. I don't want the color to go up any higher. We're just going to soften the transition. And then on this side, I keep thinking, wow, it looks a little weird. And I think it just comes out a little far. So you want to know how I fix that when I've gone outside the bounds? I come back to my foundation brush. I didn't put any extra foundation on it. And I just swoop. And I get my color back where it goes. Then I'm going to blend the other side. Just make sure I've softened that top edge. And then if I need to clean up the outside corner, just swoop. Okay. All right. Now you've got your hot fudge, and we're going to use that as your liner today. But you could also use that hot fudge to like add more smoke at the outside corner to take the look from day to night. So before we put the hot fudge as a liner, I'm just going to come in with that golden moss. And the last step was to smudge. We're using a smudge brush. Smudge that golden moss along your lash line. So just right in the lashes, just like that. If you're using a sponge tip applicator, you're going to want to turn your sponge tip vertically and get this color on the top edge of your sponge tip. The other thing you could use at home if you don't have a smudge brush is like an eyeliner brush. That's just going to give you a much more precise line, and we want something a little smokier. The other thing you can use is a Q-tip. There you go. I also like to do this underneath. So I'm going to just do this underneath. I have the type of eyes that I get a lot of transfer when I do eyeliner on the bottom. So I don't like eyeliner on the bottom. I use eyeshadow to smoke or to do a little eyeshadow, eyeliner on the bottom. Now, with that, I am going to switch to our MK Deep Brown eyeliner pencil. And I want you to pick up your hot fudge, and you're going to either grab a Q-tip or an eyeliner brush if you have it like this. Okay, so I'm going to do the eyeliner brush with you because I'm a team player. So I'm going to just grab my eyeliner. And again, don't rub with this color. You're just going to pat. Okay, and then you're going to smudge this into your lashes. The key with eyeliner for me, it's to make your lashes look thicker and fuller. So you're going to do top and bottom, or none at all. The other thing is that you always want your eyeliner to be thinner on the inside and thicker on the outside. And so for me, I like to start in the middle because that gives me a feel for how my eyeliner is applying that day, and then I can make it thinner on the inside and then take it thinner on the outside. I don't feel the need to draw one complete line. I am all about just little bits at a time. So I'm going to use the powder just like you. You're going to see I'm just kind of dabbing it. There you go. Hot fudge liner. I'm going to show you deep brown on the other side. I'll show it to you on the back of my hand. Here is our deep brown liner. This is water resistant. I love our liner pencils because they come with a sharpener in the cap. So you just take the tip off the cap, you roll this up, you put it in, and then you go opposites. And then you have a brand new tip on your pencil again. So I did that side with powder, so this side I'm going to do with my pencil. Now, if you are a waterproof liner girl or a liquid liner or gel liner, a way to get this look is to use the liner you love and then put the moss over top of it or the hot fudge over top of it. So if you have a brown or a black, liquid liner or a black gel liner, use that. And then over top of it, layer the moss. And over top of that, layer hot fudge. And you can change the color of any liquid or gel because you just layer on top right when it's done. So you're kind of mixing them together. So I have the pencil on one side, the powder on the other, and I'd have to say, I don't think you can really tell a difference, can you? Maybe this one is a little sharper of a line, but I'd say either way, you get the same look. The same look for less? No, I always love figuring out ways to make a twofer. So if all you have is black liner and you're like, I wouldn't wear a brown. Hey, now you have hot fudge. You can use it a million ways. Okay, grab your mascara. Let's do our mascara and then we will do our cheeks next. I am using our Panorama mascara. This was a limited edition. Your consultant may still have it in stock. She still has access to it, that's for sure, because I still have a ton. So if she doesn't have it in stock and if the company is sold out, she still has access to get it to you. Because we are a team. We help each other. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. In fact, our team right now, oh my gosh, you are helping our team with our face race this month. We are working towards our most ambitious goal yet, to step up as a premier club unit, which will be the first time we've reached that pinnacle of success. We are so excited to finish on March 31st, that goal. And because it's our most ambitious goal yet, I always set ways to track how are we getting there. And so I figured if I'm in front of 300 faces for myself in our unit this month, then that will help us reach our goal. And so you are one of our 300 faces in the month of March. So thank you for letting us pamper you today and helping us reach our goal together. And so now we're going to do our cheeks. You have your mascara on. I'm going to do a little vertical on the bottom. Sorry, I gotta. Any questions about the look so far? How are your eyes going? Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do cheeks. Before I put on the Juicy Peach, I'm gonna use a little bit of our contour crayon. This is the darkest shade because I can't find my lighter shade stick, but we have two shades, Contour 1 and Contour 2, or Get Sculpted, I'm sorry, Get Sculpted 1 and Get Sculpted 2. It's how I do all that fancy contouring without any of the effort. Ha! It's a crayon. All right, ready? We're going to do our cheek color now. We're going to use Juicy Peach. And a cheek brush. Let me look. Sorry, gang. We rearranged and now we have to find. So I won't use my normal cheek brush. I'm going to go old school angle brush. Okay. So I'm going to pick up my Juicy Peach on my brush. I'm using one of our older angle brushes right now. And we're just going to follow our cheekbone. Now, we're using Juicy Peach today, which I love for spring. You could totally, if you're still feeling winter shades, you could totally do this with like gold. I think it's golden copper, but it's like an orangier shade or a golden shade, but it's warmer versus bright, where Juicy Peach is bright. So there are other shades that you can mix from. Ooh, that is pretty. A little Juicy Peach right on the cheekbone. If you're unsure what cheek color, make a little gun, put your thumb in your eye, put your finger at your ear. I can't point and I can't do that at the same time because it's all backwards. But that's where your color goes, okay? That's where your color would go. You too can do this. And the last thing we're going to do with our look today is lip. So let's grab our Naturally Buff. Now, you may not have Naturally Buff. I wanted to get these to you in time. And Naturally Buff didn't make it to me in time. So instead, you may have soft nude or what other colors did we use? You may have, we can't remember, but you may have one of our unlimited lip glosses in nude. Okay. I'll show you Naturally Buff, which is the lipstick. And this is a gel semi-shine. You never knew that trick about cheekbones? I'm happy to help you. You know, I learned that 19 years ago when I really had no idea where to put makeup, but look what happens over here. Now with that little bit of contour right underneath, that's where my finger sits, right? If you do this, your contour goes where your, I can't point, guys. This is where your contour goes, and then your cheek color goes right over top of that. Okay, so I'm using Naturally Blush, and you're going to have a similar shade, but in our unlimited lip gloss. And I love the unlimited lip gloss that you're using today. It has a non-stick formula, a non-tacky formula. It has a great wear for a lipstick or a lip gloss, and it's so nourishing to your lips. And so I just love our new unlimited lip gloss. This is someone coming from someone who is not a lip gloss girl at all. And there you go. You finish it off with Naturally Buff. You can totally, I love this with a nude lip. You can also go the opposite direction and take it with a plum or a berry would be another way. You could take the same eye look, put instead of a bright, juicy, peachy color here, you could go more golden, and then you could switch to a berry lip. So same eyes, just switch the tone of your cheeks and the tone of your lips, and you get a whole nother look for a whole nother season too. Ooh, Angela, I love that you're loving it. I can't wait to see it on y'all, for sure. Well, as we wrap this up and you finish touching up and making sure maybe you didn't get your mascara done, so I'm going to give you time to finish all the touch-ups. I might myself put on my highlighter because I've got more videos to do today, so I'm just going to pop up. This is a highlighter crayon. And I come in with that same little buff brush, just blend it in. And then all of a sudden, I look all glowy. But let me share with you some of the reasons why we love our Mary Kay. Can I share that with you? I'm going to share with you how you can take product home today. And the first way that you could take product home with you today is you could choose a Mary Kay starter kit. Mary Kay starter kit gives you the opportunity to earn our discount to buy at wholesale and sell at retail. So a lot of women love getting a 50% discount on their product, but they love more making a 50% profit with their product. Some women come in and they do this as a hobby. Some women do this part-time, a couple hours a week on top of what they are to make a little extra money, maybe an extra $100 or $200 a week. If they're doing this hobby, maybe they're investing 2 hours a month, 2 or 3 hours a month to make an extra $100 or $200 a month, or getting their product at half price. Or women can come into Mary Kay to pursue it full-time. My full-time work looks like 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, and then peppering it in the other times. But my set schedule as a full-time mom is 4 4-hour shifts. And then I make it work around that. And some women decide to pursue it full-time, and with their sales, they can make an extra $800 to $1,200 a month and have the ability to earn commissions on top of that. We love our Mary Kay because we build a residual income. So work that I did 10 years ago when I was moving into leadership continues to pay me now. Clients that I helped fall in love with the skincare 10 years ago, they continue to use the skincare. And so every time they wash their face or put on mascara, they put the product down the drain, and then reorders become a huge part of our business. I love being able to fall asleep and wake up to a $100 order and know that I just made 50 bucks in my sleep. And in addition to the residuals of our sales, we love that we can work without territories. And because we're working virtually right now, seriously, we can work coast to coast. In fact, I have been building in California more than any other state in the US over the last 3 months. We love that there aren't quotas in Mary Kay, and that women can move up and down the career path as much as they want, that Mary Kay was founded on God first, family second, career third, and that we can operate on the golden rule. I love Mary Kay and sharing this opportunity, not because of the women who became millionaires in the company, although I do love the vision of possibility and hope, but I love Mary Kay because of the women that I see around me that love their Mary Kay because of where they're at in life right now. The brand new mamas who have their Mary Kay business, women who pursued Mary Kay full time, decide life circumstances change, they now have that same business as a residual income without the effort on a daily basis. And they're still earning $300-$500 a month from residuals with their Mary Kay business. I love seeing women grow and flourish because of the training that we receive, the support we receive, and the friendships that we make in this business. And so some women decide that the best way for them to get product today is with our starter kit. And with our starter kit, you have two options and an add-on to either one. The first is you can get a starter kit for $30, and this is our eStart kit. You don't get anything in the mail for $30. You get a marykay.com website and the ability to process credit cards so that if you choose to have client base, you can work coast to coast. You also get the opportunity to earn your discount, to earn lots of free bonuses in your first 4 months of business, and to move your business as fast or slow as you want. The second option is a $130 starter kit. This includes everything that comes with the eStart, as well as a $100 starter kit bag full of over $400 in free full-size products that you can use for yourself to demo on screen, or if you are comfortable being with people in person, to demo in person. And then on either of those options, you have the opportunity to add a sample pack, which is almost $70 in samples for just $45. And so you get to customize how you start this business, and you can take home a starter kit for as little as $30 today. The other way that you can take home product today is at full price. So the kit that we use today, your 3 eyeshadows, your juicy peach blush, and your naturally buff lipstick. The look also comes with a deep brown liner. So when we calculate all that together, you could take this look home today for $52. Oops, I missed one, sorry. You can take this look home today for $66. And so you can ask your consultant if she has any specials, but I do know if you decided to take the full look home today, the Biscotti Gold Status Moss, the deep brown eyeliner, the blush, and the naturally buff lipstick, you would have everything you need for this look. And then your consultant will offer you one of our March special half price items, because you'd have earned one half price item with the full look at $66 retail. And so as we wrap things up today, I love hearing what you love the most. I see from Justine that she loved getting her work and training in today. She's 3/4 of the way done with what she needed to get done. I love that. So thank you for joining her. And the next thing for you clients to do is to just take your picture, send it to Justine. Let's see how the look turned out. Post it to our Audacious Beauties group here so that we can see the finished look. Every time you comment, you post, or you like something in our group, you actually get entered into our March giveaway for our Audacious Beauties group that I draw the beginning of April. So make sure you do that. I loved being here with you today. Let Justine know what product you can't live without. If you love getting your product at half price, if you want to get it at full price, or if you want to get it free and host a virtual event like this or around a Zoom call with Justine, you can do that as well to earn some product for free. So have a great day. I'll talk to you later.